Hello, Girl Scouts. Welcome to our virtual meeting for April 1st, 2014. Today, we're going to be starting on a new journey. It's called It's Your Planet, Love It. This is a very important journey because on this journey, we're going to be learning about water, the wonderful worlds of water, why water is important to us, where water comes from. We're going to be learning the water cycles. How does water affect people around the world, and how to maintain a safe drinking supply, and what we as Girl Scouts can do to help conserve water and make sure that good, safe water is here for us throughout all mankind's time on Earth. Today, we're going to kind of tie water into something that we've been doing. We've been working with planting flowers in our gardens. Today we're going to talk about planting food in gardens because that's another way that Girl Scouts can help conserve and protect the world. And also we can help feed people who can't buy food themselves by growing food in a garden. So for today's meeting, you're going to need an uncut pickle. You're going to need some gardening gloves. Although that's optional. You know from playing in our own Girl Scout garden that you don't have to have gloves. You can just garden with your hands. You're going to need a little gardening spade because you're going to have to dig a hole just like we did when we planted flowers. And then you're going to need a small area in your yard where you can plant. Make sure you have your parents' permission before you start digging in the yard. Okay, so let's talk about food. Everybody loves food. When you go to the grocery store, it's everywhere, isn't it? There's lots and lots of food in jars and cans, and there's fruit and vegetables in bins and big displays, and there's meat. Where do you suppose all this food comes from? Do you think everybody in the world can just walk in a grocery store and get food the way we can? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. And also, sometimes food can be very expensive and some families find they can't afford it. That's solved with a very simple practice that many families today in America do use, and that's called backyard gardening. So, if you had a garden in your backyard, what do you think you could grow at home? Could you grow carrots? Yes. Could you grow beans? You sure could. Could you grow a cow? No, you couldn't grow a cow. You could have a chicken, but in most backyards, people don't have chickens. You could grow tomatoes. There's a lot of things that you could grow. Backyard gardening is becoming a very common practice in America today, as a matter of fact. Some people use raised beds like in this picture, and they plan their garden out very, very carefully. Some people have very pretty vegetable gardens. They plan them so that they look like beautiful flower gardens. They're all gorgeous designs. And some people plant them in containers. You see these advertised sometimes on television. Tomatoes that you can grow hanging upside down. But people use buckets from Home Depot. They can use planting containers of any kind. You can even use a recycled soda pop bottle. This is an example of someone who's taken a soda bottle and cut it up and put dirt in it and planted their plant so that it works just like one of those hanging tomato gardens that you pay for. One other thing that you can put in your yard to help your yard feed you is fruit trees. Fruit trees are wonderful. What kind of fruit do you like? Well, we're going to plant the mighty pickle tree. So, do you like pickles? What kind of pickle do you like? You're going to need one. Make sure it's one that you like. This is a picture of the Magnolia acuminata, which is commonly called the cucumber tree. I bet you knew that pickles grow from cucumbers. Well, this is the tree. So let's get started on today's project. First, I want you to wash your pickle under running water to remove all of the preservatives. Now dry it very, very carefully. We don't want it to be wet and soggy. Pick a sunny spot with well-drained soil in your yard, and then you're going to dig a hole twice as big as your pickle and at least 6 inches deep. That's usually about the depth of your spade. So if you put your spade down in the hole, the top of the hole should be even with the edge of your spade. Now, carefully place the pickle in the hole so that the pickle is standing on its fat end. And then completely cover that pickle up with dirt so that the dirt is flat on the ground. And then you're going to water that dirt and just until it's moist. But remember that you want the water to get all the way down to the bottom of your pickle. So you can't just sprinkle it. You might have to water it just a little bit, maybe for a whole minute. Now, every day, you're going to go out and check on your pickle tree to see if it needs more water. You can tell that by touching the ground with your finger. If the dirt sticks to your finger, then everything's okay. If the dirt doesn't stick to your finger, you might want to add a little bit of water. How many days do you think it's going to take for your tree to sprout? How many years do you think it will take before your tree grows pickles? Well, tomorrow, I want you to check back here at our virtual meeting room because we're going to have more information on pickle trees and we'll be talking more about the world of water. It's going to be an exciting week. Talk to you tomorrow, girls. Bye.